What is up, people? What is up? Okay, so we're doing another reaction today. This time it is the reactions from my man ThoughtSpot. Sent me a couple of videos. Actually, one of them he sent me a while ago, but I kind of accidentally sort of neglected it, and then one was just sent recently. So the main one I want to react to today is one I believe is concerning Jordan Peterson, and the reason why I say that is because from the thumbnail it looks like the lady that was interviewing him from Channel 4. I have seen that interview. I haven't seen this particular video that ThoughtSpot sent me, so we'll see what that's about, but I'm guessing it's something to do with Jordan Peterson. But the first one, the one that was sent a while ago, they're both short videos, so neither should take very long. This one's called So Good and Tasty by the Big L. So let's see what this is about right quick.
Oh God, it's so good.
I guess he really likes his food. There's not much I can say to that. He sounds like somebody who really likes his food. So, hey, it is what it is. You know what? There's an old saying that I think applies to this where it goes, never trust a skinny chef. So, there you go. There you go. But hey, man, if you're making good food, if you're a chef or you're a cook or anything like that, you're making food and you like the food you like, then yeah, man, enjoy that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Passion is infectious. And sometimes people don't understand your passion, so they might try and make fun of it. I haven't eaten while he's cooking. I'm not sure what he was cooking, but if he likes it, then he likes it. So good on you, mates. Good on you. All right, so let's move on to the main course for today, and that is, it's called Curb Your Feminism by Mega King. All right, then let's see here.
Why should your right to freedom of speech trump a trans person's right not to be offended?
I mean, look at the conversation we're having right now. You know, like, you're certainly willing to risk offending me in the pursuit of truth.
So you haven't sat there and... I'm just trying to work that out. I mean...
Ha, gotcha.
Okay, so it's just a clip from the interview. That's all that was, with some music added to it. That's all that was. All right, cool. Here's the thing about that interview. So before I saw that interview, I never heard of Jordan Peterson. Apparently, I know now that he's quite popular on YouTube, and I've seen loads of videos popping up in my recommendations concerning him as well. So I'm aware that he is a popular person. He's got some books out, or a book out at least. But yeah, before I saw that interview, and I think I maybe watched that a few weeks ago, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, maybe a little bit more. But before that, I'd never heard of him. I just saw it was in, I believe, on a trending page, and it just looked kind of interesting. Just figured I'd click on it and see what it's about. And one of the things that stood out for me with that interview is just how calm Peterson was. It's very easy and very common, I find, when people talk about these sorts of topics, to get very riled up and very angry. And it's not about whether you agree with somebody or disagree with somebody, or they have good points, they have bad points, blah blah blah. I mean, I guess that's a part of it to a degree, but just in the sense that it's very rare you see somebody handle questions very calmly like that. And she threw a lot of questions at him, a lot of tough questions as well, that he calmly and rationally answered. And it got to a point where I think what they showed in this video, that whole gotcha bit, because she effectively dug herself into a hole that she couldn't get out of. And I think that is very easy to make fun of the interviewer for things like that, because, well, she kind of dug her own grave a little bit there. So it's very easy to make fun of her. But I think in truth, at least from my understanding, and to be fair, I don't know the lady who interviewed him. I don't follow her career, so I don't want to act like I know what she's about or anything like that. I don't know what her agenda is, and whatever. But I think from what I can understand about that type of job is that it is your job to ask, tough questions. As even Peterson pointed out, she is supposed to ask these tough questions. She is supposed to pressure him. She is supposed to, badger on certain points and try to get, his version of the truth out of him, what he's trying to say. And perhaps she went about it not in the best way possible, especially with the whole, so you're saying this, so you're saying that, so you're saying this, because effectively she, at least as it came across to me, is that she either wasn't really listening to what he was saying, or maybe had an idea of what he's about and tried to pin that idea on him without really doing either the proper research, or just to really listen to what he's actually saying and then counter those points. So she ended up digging herself into this hole that results in the whole gotcha scenario, which it is what it is. It is what it is. But from what I can tell from Peterson, from this interview and subsequent interviews that I've seen since then, is that he does, but he is someone who seems to be very calm and rational about the way he answers and sort of thinks about what he's saying and how he wants to say it. So whether you agree with him or disagree with him, what I find interesting is that, you know, just in terms of how you look at, say, personality traits, is that you can take from that is somebody, or how to handle, say, uncomfortable situations, because we all going to find ourselves in situations like, say, in a job interview, for example, where somebody's asking you, where the interviewer's asking you something that, you know, that you don't really want to answer because the truth isn't quite that great or something like that. But how do you do that? And he did it by understanding, at least what I can get anyway, what I think he did anyway, is that he did it by first knowing clearly who he is and what he's about. Probably, and I'd imagine he probably did some interview prep and had an idea of what type of questions he's likely to be asked. I don't know if they agree with that before the interview, but I'm just saying, whether they agree with that before the interview or not, he most likely had an idea of the types of questions he was likely to be asked and did some preparation on those. And well, even if he didn't, he's probably, I mean, he looks like an older gentleman, so I imagine he's probably been preparing in some degree for a long time anyway. So yeah, there's this, I think there's lessons to be learned from that, regardless. I'm not talking about whether you agree with his opinions or his politics or this or his that, but just lessons to be learned in terms of character traits and how you handle situations and how you handle especially uncomfortable situations where you find yourself that, you know, you're trying to do things where you know what you want to say, but it doesn't necessarily always come out in a way, and when somebody sort of pressures you on something, you might start getting angry and agitated, you know, because that's what you see a lot of, where people just get angry and stuff, and you have otherwise what could be a good point just kind of ruined because that person wasn't necessarily really thinking about, or really wasn't sort of thinking about what they're trying to say, but more just trying to win a point rather. I'm not sure if I'm making too much sense right now. This is kind of off the top of my mind, but hopefully it is making sense to you guys. Hopefully you understand what I'm trying to say. But anyway, I'll probably ramble just a little bit too long. But yeah, it's an interesting interview. I'll put a link to that in the description in case you haven't seen it, because it is an interesting interview, that the one that Channel 4 one. So I'll put a link to it so you can check it if you haven't. Anyway, let me know what you think of these videos. Let me know what you think of this video, and if you liked this video, give it a like and share it amongst your friends. If you did not like it, then give it a dislike and share it amongst your enemies. You can check out more videos over here, comedy channel over there. Subscribe and follow me around the web over there, all links in the description. But that is all for now, so thank you for watching, and until whenever, if ever, good, so tasty,